What are you hearing about the idea that New England could be a player in all this?
Yeah, everybody expects New England to try to get up into the top 10. The question is, what does San Francisco do? Because it sort of hinges on what they do at 3. If they take Mac Jones, he's off the board. So how far does Justin Fields fall? If he falls to, let's say, 8, and Carolina's on the clock, a team that I think could take a quarterback but also could move back, does New England say, hey, Matt Rule, like we're trying to get that 8 spot and take a quarterback? So I think whatever happens with San Francisco, the draft can go a number of ways.
And so, David Pollack, let me circle it back to you here. As Jeff said, he thinks the New England trades up there. Kimberly's giving you the insight. What are your thoughts on the possibility that Bill trades up there to get Justin Fields, or if he winds up being the one who falls, Mac Jones?
First of all, how on God's green earth are they paying Stephon Gilmore $7 million a year? Like, how the heck did they get that done to begin with? I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks in all the NFL. That's unbelievable. So, to me, it makes perfect sense. That's a perfect bargaining chip because it's not overly expensive for somebody to take on. Now, listen, if you want to re-sign him, obviously it's going to cost you a lot of money, but I think it makes a lot of sense for them to use that and do that. I don't foresee them going, hey, we're going to give up 2 number 1s in the future. That just doesn't seem like the New England thing to do, but neither does spending $159 million in an offseason. So I think everything's on the table. They know they got to find a quarterback. The pressure is on, but I would see them, or I could see them doing it at 10. I just don't see them going, hey, we're going to get all the way up to 4, or we're going to get all the way up to 7. I think they would do it at a 9 or a 10 spot when they're not having to give up so much.
Kimberly, I feel the need to point out that earlier in the last 10 minutes, we showed you that Kyle Shanahan says it is likelier that we are all dead by Sunday than it is that Jimmy Garoppolo is still on his team by this weekend. The idea of Garoppolo getting traded back to New England continues to feel more likely to me than Bill trading up in the draft to take an unproven commodity.
I like it. I was with you. I think it makes logical sense. I think right now, if you're New England and you're Bill Belichick, like you've had 20 years of success with Tom Brady and things are a little shaky, you want another quarterback. You want a guy that maybe he's looking around and saying, you know, the game's kind of changed. Maybe it's Justin Fields. I think a Mac Jones is what he would prefer, but I think Mac will go at 3. If Justin Fields is out there, he might be enticing to Josh McDaniels, do some different things.
Go ahead, David.
Greeny, did you hear the way she said that? Like, you want the most non-convincing? Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's okay. Like, I'll take some kale. That's like asking my 12-year-old,
I'm trying.
hey, you want a salad? Sure, Dad. Yeah, I'll take a salad. Oh, yeah, it's good. Keep them coming.
Listen, San Francisco is telling us how much they love Jimmy Garoppolo one week, and then the next it's like he might be dead. I don't know. So what am I supposed to say to that? They don't even want the guy. So sure, send him to New England. Okay.
Jeff, quick final thought. Go.
Yeah, listen, I think the trade up to the Cowboys is probably the most encouraging for me because they want a corner. You could give Gilmore in that trade. You get the 10, whether it's Lance or whether it's Fields, whichever guy is there. From the New England perspective with Josh McDaniels, again, the play caller he is and the ability for both those guys to make teams pay with their legs and still be accurate throwing the football, I think takes New England to a different level. Again, that's not a slight on Jimmy G. That is what the expectations for these 2 young quarterbacks could be. Again, system and placement matters. Development matters. Going to New England is a home run, no different than going to San Francisco if you're a quarterback.